Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a pulse-pounding Pardo post-op edition of Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Nerdy. Oh, it's a nerdy event. That's what Monster Party is, really. It's a celebration of our own nerddom and other people's. And speaking of nerds, I am Matt Weinhold.
I am SHAWN Sheridan.
I'm Larry STROTHE.
And I'm James GONIS.
And for this episode, it's kind of special because we're bringing back someone that we haven't had on in 10 years. 10 years, folks.
Wow.
And nothing happened. We were friends, I think, during that entire time.
Sure?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. It could have been someone else on the show, but I don't think it was me. But he never brought up the show ever again after that. He was like, I'm kidding. I'm teasing. We had this guy 10 years ago. It was a comedian friend of mine, and we asked the question, why aren't you a bigger nerd? And he gave us some answers, and we had a very good time. But some time has passed.
Yeah.
And so we're doing a follow-up. A post-op, if you will. It's 10 years later, but it's a post-op. And what we want to know, the topic for the show is, are you a bigger nerd now?
Are you a bigger nerd now?
Are you a bigger nerd now?
Because time has passed.
Time has passed. So many things have happened, could have happened, and you
we
never
rubbed
know.
Off on him, you know?
Yes, yeah, you never know. All of a sudden,
ideas and
he's walking through Target and he sees the action figure section and goes, there's an avenue of my life that I haven't fully explored. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out. And so the subject in question of this episode is a very good friend of mine. He's our special nerd project of the moment. And aside from being a friend of mine and one of the first comics to be nice to me in Los Angeles, which is true, he's also what I can only describe as a seismically funny comedian. Now, you know him from his groundbreaking podcast, Never Not Funny, as well as from his guest appearance a few years back on Monster Party. Please welcome back our nerd apprentice, Jimmy Pardo.
Jimmy Pardo!
Jimmy Pardo!
Welcome back.
Jimmy
Hello,
Pardo!
Monster Party people.
Wow.
We're so happy and relieved to have you back because we figure that after 10 years, you're back. Whatever we did, it's forgiven. It's in the past. And Larry, maybe it's a good time to apologize. I don't know.
Well, because, for listeners, if you listen to that show, maybe I was a little rough on, I don't know.
I think so. I think some of the things you said were unconscionable. And
what?
And we're going to get into them one by one.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Again, a lot of time has passed.
A lot of time has passed, yes. And
So much time has passed that I don't recall. I don't know what we talked about. I did zero research to even I'm doing the show again. I probably should see what I talked about since that's the premise. I didn't do that.
No,
it's okay. Come in fresh. Come in,
Yes, exactly.
Thank you,
Right.
Sean, for understanding my ill-preparedness.
It's a clean palate. And so this is the question. I'm going to throw it out here. Let's get this thing started. Are you a bigger nerd now? What do you think?
Well, here's how I want to answer that. I think nerddom would be something that something in popular culture that you obsess over. No, is that not true? Is that not?
I would say so. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. It could be anything.
I think I am more into classic rock than I've ever been. You know what I mean?
Really? Okay.
I've been into it. What's happened in the last few years is I've decided to stop pretending to others that, there's good new music. And you know what? I also, what I do like Oasis, and I do like, the White Stripes. I don't. So I decided to just embrace who I am. And it reminds me of the dude, remember growing up, there was always the father who was in the garage working on his 50s car, but he also had his jeans rolled up and his t-shirt and he still looked like, and he has his hair slicked back like he was Fonzie. You'd go,
the cigarette, the T-shirt,
Way too long after that should have been a thing, and you'd go, "What's this guy? Why's this guy in a time capsule?" I'm that guy for classic rock. I've decided to be that guy, to just embrace it and stop pretending that I'm not that guy. But that said, Matt, you mentioned the action figure aisle at Target, and I don't want to get too far astray from that. I am in love with the Ben Cooper thing that's going on.
The little action figures of the kids.
Halloween,
really?
Yes.
Us too.
Yeah. They're tailor made for us, but for you,
right over there. I have the 4 Kiss ones. I've got all 4 Kiss ones.
Right.
I've got Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've got the one that's just called Monster.
Sure.
Yeah.
With the eyeball? The eyeball?
Yeah.
And then I've decided that maybe it's like, no, I'm going to get the Batman one. And then, so I'm going to get the Batman one. And then I think I'm done because unless something happens, because they're $17 and that's not cheap.
Well, but it's right on that line though. It's right on the line of like it's not cheap, but it's not too expensive. So it's that
I 100% agree because they also have the new series, the Super Friends series of action figures.
Oh yeah.
Where it's the generic cardboard backing where it doesn't tell you, and then the plastic and the Batman one of that is just gorgeous. That's the Batman that I wish that we still made movies with. The
right
suits. It just, oh my God, it just looks beautiful. And I went to buy it, and I swear to God, it was this guy. I brought it to the counter, and because I thought it was going to be $14.99. And when the dude said, "Okay, it's a 23 something with tax," I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, it's $21.99." I went, "Nope." And I
interesting. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
$17.99, maybe $21.99. No.
Jimmy. It's interesting though, Jimmy, you say that because I think especially with us guys and hardcore collectors, it's true. There's so much now that is targeted for the adult collector, and prices can be pretty high. I mean, some of this stuff can be enormously expensive, especially vintage toys that us guys want to get. That stuff can go for astronomical prices, but to the point now where companies though are now putting out things like those Ben Cooper costume toys where it harkens back to the retro toys of what we grew up with. So they're trying to appeal to, because it's true, the real genuine things from back in the 70s and 60s are just impossible to find or too expensive.
Yeah. And there's a window of time. There's a window of time for this type of thing too. It's like if these companies are smart, they'll get all this stuff out right now because it's right in that sweet spot of the people who are alive, who are going to enjoy it and appreciate it and know what it is, and then it's going to be done. And I want all of them. I want, like we were talking about this before, like I love all the monster ones, obviously, and the anything science fiction, and Larry's been great. He's helped me get a lot of these and got me the Kiss ones actually for Christmas, which I love.
Merry Christmas, Matt.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was holly and jolly. But I so love these things to the point where I hope they start doing some of the more ridiculous ones. Like if they put out a Village People one, I might get it. Because it's like it's so stupid.
Wait. I think they may. Am I wrong? Did they not do a Village People one yet?
They have not.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
But there was a costume. There was a costume.
There was an Andy Gibb costume.
Really?
Yeah. But Jimmy, the thing that they're doing, and we've talked about this before, is what I love is the ones that are real vintage costumes. And what they've been doing, and I applaud this. This is fine. They've done some, hey, there was never a Pennywise costume, but if there was, it would look like this.
No, thank you.
And they did a Leatherface. And I understand what they're doing is they're doing some of those, and then they're going back to the vintage. Like just recently, they came out with a Star Trek line, and it was classic Star Trek. It was a Star Trek the Motion Picture. There's a Kirk and a Spock and a Klingon. That's great. And then there were a couple that was a costume that was never made. One is a Mars Attacks, and the costume looks cool. But for me, like Matt was saying, it would be cool if they did something really obscure. Like, what about the Cubert one, or the Rubik's Cube costume?
Yeah.
Something absurd.
There are other great monsters and creatures. Like they haven't done a Spider-Man costume yet.
That's coming, I'm sure.
Any Marvel ones are.
Maybe they don't have a license for Marvel.
But see, NECA does have the license to Star Wars, and I know how it works that with licenses, you're only allowed to make a certain type of thing.
Right,
But
right.
the Star Wars Ben Cooper ones, I mean, that would be sold out before
Oh my
it was
gosh,
even
Matt,
announced.
they could make 3 times the amount, because I understand what NECA does is they're not like Star Wars figures where you make hundreds of thousands. You're only going to make like 5, let's say 5,000, okay? But for a Star Wars line of costumes, the Luke Skywalker and R2-D2, how ridiculous that costume was.
Right.
Princess Leia, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there was a Chewbacca. There was no Han Solo. Maybe they'll make a Han Solo costume. But there was a C-3PO. Those, I would love to have those.
I know. I was delighted that they did an Alien.
Oh,
Yeah.
And those are the ones that really make me light up when I see them, because they are the ones that I remember that I hated as a kid. And
me
now
too.
I found them
Me
just
too.
delightful. Like the Alien one, it's
Nostalgia.
the costume, you got an alien mask, it's okay. But then the costume is just a picture of the alien's
Picture.
face with like a little sunburst around it. It's like,
yes.
hi.
I'm the
alien. Yeah. And the Jaws one is another one with it's just the fucking dumbest.
The whole
They were the
concept.
Jaws from the poster too. It's not like the
Yeah, it's
right.
true.
I'm going as the poster.
I'm the poster.
That's
God.
it. The nostalgia. When I walk past it at Target, and I see the Jaws. It is one where I go, you know what's $18? Why not get the
Hey, and Jimmy, if
I
I could just say something about the price. Look, buddy, when we got our Star Wars figures back in 79, 1980, they were like $2, $2.49. Time has passed. There's inflation, and of course, these figures, they cost money to make.
I understand. I
think
understand
that
how the world works,
$20,
Larry. I
dude.
just don't know if I want to spend it.
No, yes, you
Okay,
do.
so
You do
Jimmy,
wanna
let
spend
me
it, but
just
it's not-
to clear
no.
things up. Things were cheaper in the past,
Yeah.
but there's a reason.
Yeah, but it's like
You know how much
my-
butter was back then, Jimmy?
Hey,
Oh,
no.
oh!
No, like Sean brought up a really good point. Now, the classic, they have a classic Creature from the Black Lagoon costume figure. Now, I do have that original costume in the box, but
He had to slip that one in there.
but I love having.
Are you listening, ladies?
I love having my action figure because I can have the little action figure doesn't take up a lot of space.
True.
I can have him out on the shelf. and I
right.
can go,
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
there he is. Look at that little guy. Oh, isn't that awesome? And I just to have a bunch of them all lined up. Oh, I love it.
Larry, let
I
me
love
make this point very, very clear. 2 points. First of all, I don't care what you just talked about. Secondly, I say that for humor, of course, for anybody who doesn't know my personality. Secondly, here's what I'm going to say about when I talk about the cost of these things. It
Yeah.
means nothing to you. To me, who is not into the action figure world, do I want to spend $18 on it? Do I want to spend $22? I don't know if I do. Now that said, if they make a Peter Cetera one, I'll spend $3,000 on it.
Oh.
If they make the one of the classic rock, if they make an REO Speedwagon, full group set, I'm going to buy that the day it comes out.
Yeah.
So that's my question then. So they've been making these ones that are ones that weren't costumes in the past. So if they made, let's say they did the entire band of Chicago,
Yes.
the classic period, and they did everybody, the horn section, everybody,
Yes.
and like me, you look at something like that, it's like, well, I have to get that because
I have to get that, and then I will have it, and I'll probably display it, and then 5 years later, I'll go see what I can get on eBay for these. And I'll go, I had nice memories with them. They look nice on the shelf for the time.
Sure.
No,
I
That's
get it.
You'll
my theory
still be-
now about that stuff, about the stuff like that, because I currently have a lot of stuff on eBay, not jokingly.
Like creature stuff?
No, he doesn't have creature stuff, Larry.
Larry.
He's not you.
Everybody
You
has
see everything
creature stuff.
through a fucking prism of you.
Did you hear what I said earlier? I'm a classic rock nerd. Let's
No,
pretend you
I-
fucking listen to me.
No,
Listen,
I-
our
but I
guest
don't know
is
if I-
speaking, Larry.
Creature stuff. I said monster. I've got the Ben Cooper monster. That's where it ends.
Well,
Yeah,
I just
okay.
figure maybe, over the years, people
No.
have given you, like your wife said, here, honey, here's this monster thing. And
I
you're,
do.
oh, thanks. And you put in a box. and
Okay,
you go,
fair. You know what? Let me be fair. I also have a Bela Lugosi Dracula action figure over there. I also have that.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
in fairness to that, Larry, I do have that. And I've got, something else monster. Oh, I've got Michael Myers from Halloween.
Cool.
But then it's Planet of the Apes. And then those Ben Coopers I talked about. That's it. Those are the only ones I have.
But- Do you have any creature stuff?
Yes.
So here's what I'm going to say, though. What I was saying about eBay is I'm currently going through a phase where it's like I have all these great things, great for me, things that I consider great.
Right.
All these great things that, let's say, Chicago related, Kiss related, a Journey related, Steve Perry related, all stuff that I'm into.
Right.
That I was like, you know what? I've had a great life with these. I love these. They'll mean nothing to my family when I die. And more importantly, a signed Steve Perry album will be worth nothing when my son wants to sell it, because anybody that would want it is also like me, they're dead.
I don't think so.
I hope that's not the case, but you're probably right.
I'm going to sell them now while anybody that appreciates it is around to appreciate it.
I have the exact opposite philosophy of like, I am going to buy as much crap when I have a mountain of it that I'm just lying on top of, then I'm going to die. Take care of it, everybody. I'm out.
But, I will say this, Jimmy, on the flip side, look, that's like saying, oh, Ben Chapman, who played the creature from the Black Lagoon, he would sign autographs, and he signed a lot. Oh, it was only worth so much money. And now that he's gone, people are getting older. Now the autograph isn't worth that much. Non contraire, my friend. So his autograph has gone up in value.
Because
now
you're
more
still
people
around, Larry.
Yeah,
your age are my son's friends. If I go, is anybody interested in a Steve Perry signed album? They don't know who I'm talking about. So my point is, that's who's going to be alive when I'm dead, and they're not going to be interested in the signed Steve Perry. I got to move some product, gentlemen. Steve Perry, I've got a lot of items.
But Jimmy, that's like saying when you're in your 20s, oh man, who's that Mozart guy? I don't listen to him,
I don't
but as you
listen to
get
him.
older, as you get older and you learn about things. Oh, who is this Steve Perry guy? Oh my gosh, this journey is great.
I think it depends, though. I think it depends on the waves of nostalgia and of what is of interest. I mean, you could say the same thing about, superhero comics. Once they started making the MCU films and the DC films, I mean, superhero movies have been like ruling Hollywood for a while, and they were considered nerdy things, and the value in those comics have gone up like crazy.
That's true. That is very true. I have comics that were worthless that as soon as the movies came out and there was a character from Guardians of the Galaxy in it, one panel, and I was able to sell it for 50 times the price I got it for.
If something is reintroduced to a generation in a good way, in a successful way, it can ignite the success of that thing into a whole new generation to different fans.
I remember growing up in the 70s, and Groucho Marx, W.C. Fields, and Humphrey Bogart, you could find posters of those guys because those were cool. Those were hanging up in college dorms.
Yeah. They're iconic.
Now nobody gives a damn about.
Nobody knows that.
Even, it's not like it was.
No, it's not. But I always wonder, because when it comes to certain TV shows, and like Stranger Things made what was the song that was that became popular again?
The Kate Bush.
Kate Bush. That's right.
I thought it was a never-ending story.
Yeah,
but that song is around forever, and suddenly, like, this whole generation knows that song.
And maybe that'll bring it back. I don't know. But Jimmy, you were going to say something.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay, all right.
There's my hot improv skills. No, I wasn't.
When we talk about being a nerd, of course, we refer to genre things. So that's like science fiction, horror, comic books. But I really do see it's the same kind of passion when it comes to music. And I think there are crossovers certainly in behavior, as we were talking about buying collectibles and holding on to stuff. Because I'm a music guy too, not to the level I think that you are, but I disagree
with that. I think you are. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I'm going to use this as an example, Matt. The band Chicago. You mentioned them earlier. I mentioned them, and you mentioned with that. I will buy anything that has their stupid logo on it. I mean, and I'm not kidding.
Really,
anything. To this day, I'm the dunce, and I know that you can anybody can have a printer and put it on Etsy go, hey, here's a pencil. I'm in. Because it reminds me of when I was in high school, and you didn't see a lot of stuff with the Chicago logo on it.
Right.
And I would go, oh my God, because it was all Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and Ozzy and then Duran Duran and that sort of stuff. So if there was one with Chicago, it was like, oh, there it is. I got a wallet with their logo. I still have that emotion now when I see something, even though I recognize that I could even do it myself at my, at home.
Sure.
So my nerddom is really for that band, Chicago. That's where it really is.
So that would be number one for you.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Huh.
And then all other music with collectibles and stuff. Music collectibles would come in after that.
So if somebody made like a replica of the Boston spaceship guitar, you would totally buy that, right?
I don't. It would depend on much.
I want that.
Jimmy, come on, Boston.
I love Boston. I love Boston.
So do I.
The first two albums.
No, the third one's good too. The third one's good too.
The third one is you're starting to smell the fumes of the end.
Oh, good reference considering the album cover.
Cool
the engines.
What about ELO? ELO had a really cool spaceship too.
I went to that concert.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very exciting. The ship landed and everything. And yeah.
But again, if they
good.
made that spaceship, it would have to light up though. I want it to have
It did light up.
lights.
Right.
It was a rock show.
The Simon game and pretend that's it.
In rock concerts, they can't have a dark spaceship land and then have the audience go crazy for that. No, they've said, you know what, we're going to take a chance. We're going to light this thing up. I think that's what we're going to do for this.
No. If they made a toy,
Oh, I see. Yes, I would like it to light up too.
Yeah.
Are you listening out there, NECA? Make this toy.
Couldn't that, think about our childhood though? Couldn't that just be any spaceship, and then you just put an ELO sticker on it, and then this stuff back?
No.
It's a Kiss fan.
No.
Well, they you know what they would have tried that. They would have tried that because that's like all the toys back in the day where they had this one standard toy and they go, hey,
true.
We don't want to make a new thing. We're going to slap a Star Trek sticker or something. And then we're going to release this.
There's that famous,
like the dumb helmet.
The stupid helmet. And they put Spock. They wrote Spock on it. And it has like a little flashlight.
A helmet with a siren on the top.
When did Spock wear the helmet hat?
He had a head injury at one point. And he had...
But now with 3D printers, you can customize your own. You can put LED lights. You can do whatever you want.
That's true. Yes, you could.
Put a Chicago logo on it, James, that I'm in. I'll buy a Chicago helmet.
Okay. Done.
Can you imagine seeing me at the concert with the helmet with the little light on?
That's right. Yeah, going, hey.
Look at this idiot.
And that's exactly what it is with the companies that target collectors like us, Jimmy, too, because like the original Alien, for instance, didn't come out with a lot of collectibles at the time, but now they're coming out with all these great figures of all the characters from the original film and all the Star Wars characters that never came out originally. They know our sweet spot. They know the stuff that we want, and they make the stuff and we buy it.
And Hasbro's doing something a little sneaky. They're calling it the retro line. So it's like, retro, that's me. And you look, and they're making action figures of the figures that they didn't make back in the late 70s and early 80s. Like, like the little alien lady, the green lady in Jabba's throne room, or some of the creatures in the bar. In the Star Wars. There's a couple of ladies, and it's such a brief shot in Star Wars. There's shots of all the creatures in the bar, and there's a shot of these two ladies with these braided hair.
I remember that. Yeah.
They've actually made figures of those two ladies now, and I want those. But
for a completist,
just for us.
There is something though that I've experienced with this group, and Larry especially. We love the action figures, and I personally love rock and roll, and I love punk rock and metal and that kind of stuff. And I remember we're at Comic-Con one year, and what we would do is, it's kind of the genesis of this show, is that after the convention, we'd go to someone's room and we'd all show each other what we got and talk about nerdy stuff. And it was a good time over cocktails. And I remember everyone's bringing out their things. Look, I got this Godzilla thing. And Batman. And then I pull out on the card, haven't even opened it yet, Johnny Rotten action figure. And when I showed it to Larry, it was like someone pulling down a shade in front of their face. Everything about his body just shut down. And it's one of those things too. It's just like, if you're not on the same wavelength, there's a certain type of fan that's like, nope, that doesn't even exist. Which is sad because I think that some of the rock figures are better than ever. They've got Lemmy. I've got a NECA Bon Scott and Angus Young of AC/DC that have clothes and everything.
I've seen those.
And gorgeous.
The Elton Johns that NECA did are amazing. He's wearing the LA spangled LA Dodgers uniform. The whole piano's part of the set. I mean, it's $100, but it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Don't you have that?
The first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, I want that. And then I thought, where am I going to put it? I'm not a big Elton John fan. I don't have an Elton John shelf.
I thought you were an Elton John fan.
Not that big. Not that big. But I will tell you, I did get the Super 7 Spinal Tap figures.
Oh, yeah. There's
Super 7's coming out with a lot. They did Debbie Harry. They're doing a really nice work, but they're 3.5, they're like 3-inch figures. And they're $20 each. And I really wanted the Spinal Taps. And that was $60 investment. And I look at them displayed and I'm like, well, that looks really nice. I'm glad I bought those. But $60, at the same time, it's like,
the 12-inch ones, the 12-inch ones were $20 at the time.
I think.
Really?
Well, the sideshow ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to look at it on your shelf and go, "Oh, that's $60." No, you're supposed to. You're the guy who goes, "Let me rip it out of the package. Let me put it on my shelf."
He's right, James.
You should enjoy that.
He's right.
I mean, for me,
even I'll say that's right.
Yeah, I would keep it on the card.
Look! At $60 wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I'm spending hundreds on all these other figures, so it's like it adds up. That's all these things are pointed at me as a collector of a certain age with disposable income, supposedly spending way too much of his household income on this stuff, and after a while, it's just like. I love it, but
the wife's working,
To slightly change the subject, I just mentioned Comic-Con. Jimmy, within the past 10 years, have you gone to any convention of any kind?
Well, I went to, two things come to mind, Matt. Number one was, I don't know if I told you guys, but the last time I saw you, the time that we were in an elevator in Chicago, my wife's son and I, and this guy turned and said, "Are you guys here for G-Fest?"
Yes.
And we thought, oh God, what's happening in this hotel? Is it some religious thing? And then, of course, Godzilla Fest.
But also a religious thing, but yeah.
And your kid was all excited.
He was. We walked on and took a look around and
intrigued, maybe.
Intrigued more than excited. I think that might be a way to put it.
You guys did watch the green slime, though, if I remember correctly.
I don't know if I did.
Because I think what happened was that, if I remember this correctly, the TV in the hotel at G-Fest had this nonstop playlist of Godzilla
100%.
movies in Japanese. And so the green slime was one of them. You guys caught, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes of it or something, and you were enjoying it to the point where Danielle goes, have you ever heard of this movie called The Green Slime? Yeah, of course. I've got it. I've got a signed lobby card. I got to go. And so she actually asked to borrow it, and I lent her the DVD, and I guess you guys all watched it and
not all of us.
No.
I know one of the three of us didn't.
Well, it wasn't you though, right? Because it's got some hip tunes in it, buddy.
No, it was me, Larry. I did have an interest in that.
Jimmy, just so you know, The Green Slime is one of the greatest movies ever made.
It is. He's not lying.
Genuinely,
he's not lying.
It's the truth.
I will take your word for it. I don't watch anything that's a talkie, so you'll have to rule me out on that. Yeah, if they're talking, I'm not interested. Give me a pratfall. That's all I'm interested in.
No.
Larry. I'm being very truthful here, Larry.
Okay, what is it? Is it like science fiction? Oh, it's outer space. I don't want to deal with that. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Look, you like classic rock.
Yes, there's some we like different tunes. It's okay.
You don't want to listen to some great tunes?
Not if a monster's coming out of the closet. No, it's that's not my. I do not. To your point, I like horror movies.
There's some horror.
I don't care for science fiction movies.
That's interesting though.
It's science fiction guy. I have
with a couple exceptions.
Give me an example.
Planet of the
Apes. You like that?
Planet of the Apes.
That's science fiction.
Planet of the Apes. Yeah. But at the end of the day, isn't that just that's Roddy McDowell in a mask? You know what I mean? Like that's.
Well, yeah. They didn't teach apes to talk. I mean,
pardon me.
I'm sorry. You're always the last to find out. But
you're telling me that all the other apes were not real apes, including the orangutan?
Even the orangutans, yes.
He was the great Morris Evans.
Do you know how many films there are now?
Beware the beast man.
There's like,
by the way, I'm trying to sell right now on eBay the Planet of the Apes soundtrack, where when you open up the gatefold, you get the doll from the Forbidden Zone. Says a little something to you.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
You like the
open up
statue?
for you right here on camera. I'm happy to do it. And
so wait, so the music? Was it James?
It's the
Horner?
score, yeah.
The original
Goldsmith.
soundtrack.
Jerry
Wow.
Goldsmith. You know, brr, boom.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
that's the one. That's the tune. It's a toe tapper.
You know what? It's almost exactly like that. It is just some guy. It's almost like Michael Winslow doing it. It's just kind of
you joke.
like having
There's a
Bobby
young Michael
McFerrin do it
Winslow
for
who
you.
did it.
Jimmy, you joke, but I
do.
no, because I went to a Hollywood night at the Hollywood Bowl where they played all science fiction music, and they did the Planet of the Apes.
They did the
opening.
theme like I would love that.
So cool because they had
cool.
the guy said that they used some different funky instruments like this little ram horn thing and stuff like that.
It was a very groundbreaking score. Yes.
I think it's a great score. I just don't need the LP in my collection anymore.
I think that you have come upon a really great idea, especially for Bobby McFerrin. Because a night with Bobby McFerrin doing famous sci-fi themes, I'm there.
I would finally have a reason to enjoy Bobby McFerrin.
See?
Wow.
I mean, come on. Could you imagine just dropping the dough to go to a Bobby McFerrin show? When do you leave? I'm going to say 4 minutes in. Right? He's slapping his thighs. He's doing his nonsense. No.
He's making
And Michael Winslow.
Sounds.
Maybe Michael Winslow.
Larry? I don't want to see it.
But you can close your eyes, Jimmy, and you're hearing all this music like flow over you.
And your ears.
And you're covering your ears too.
Yeah. It's like it's the Miracle Worker concert.
But Jimmy, but you sent out horror. I'm curious because have there been any recent horror film releases that you've seen that you really liked?
What did I like? Barbarian might have been the most recent.
Yeah,
that was great.
Love it.
But
We
there's
had
been
an
something
weapon.
since then.
Yeah.
I didn't wait.
Weapons?
What's one that I've seen since then? I
I
should tell you this. I take Lyrica, and one of the side effects is it affects your memory, and so my memory stinks.
Oh,
I think you're doing very well.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sinners? Did you see Sinners?
yeah, it wasn't for me. Didn't like it very
What
much.
for you?
Really?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's,
What about
let me say this. I liked it. I don't think it's what the rest of the world wants me to think it is.
Yeah. No, I get
enjoyed it.
that.
The rest of the world always
enjoy
ruins everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
honestly,
know. I don't know.
What about,
everybody blows
no,
everything
no,
out of
no, no, no,
proportion.
no, no.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a fantastic movie though. But what about
I do too.
Have you seen the new Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro?
But my wife's son and I seem to be the only three in the world that didn't care for it.
Really?
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Really?
That's all right. I know
did
some
not
people.
care. That one I will say I did not care for.
Really?
All right.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, did you
Fair
guys see
enough.
the new Dracula? Did you see that?
The
No, I
Nosferatu.
heard that was no. There's a new one by the guy who made
Luc Besson?
Yeah, Luc Besson for some reason made
What?
a new version of Dracula, which I heard was terrible though.
Oh,
Zero publicity.
Whoever you heard that from is wrong. It's absolutely terrible.
Oh.
Like what? Who was clamoring for Luc Besson to make a new version of a
Well,
Dracula?
Luc Besson is very
horrible.
clever. He's very creative and.
Larry, why are you sticking up for it? You haven't even seen it.
You haven't seen the movie.
You're saying, John. You're saying.
But
why would
Luc
anyone want to do that?
Luc Besson, the filmmaker Luc Besson, you would think if you've seen any of his movies, Larry, maybe his sensibilities and styles may not be right for the classic Dracula tale. That's what I thought. I mean, Jimmy, what was it about it that was bad?
Here's what it is for me when it comes to Dracula. And again, I got a Bela Lugosi action figure not 12 feet away from me.
Yeah.
When I'm sorry, Larry, am I boring you?
No. You told me about the Bela Lugosi figure. Great.
I already brought it up, and the callback is offensive to you.
Do you have any creature figures?
All right. So Bela Lugosi.
Good Christ, I'm not going to make it to 80 minutes now. I'm not gonna make it. Here's my thing, Sean, and I feel this way even going back to as far as Interview with a Vampire or Coppola's.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
Here's how I feel about Dracula. I have such a love of the imagery of Bela Lugosi or even Christopher Lee as Dracula. Like growing up, those two guys were my Draculas. And so when I see the Bram Stoker Dracula with the bouffant haircut, and the lizard-like skin, that's not in my brain. That isn't Dracula. So I can't accept it, and I don't like it. I understand, yes, he's a gazillion years old. He wouldn't have wonderful skin like Bela Lugosi does.
Right.
So I get it. I'm not a moron. It just, it doesn't do it for me.
So I'm willing to bet you didn't like the Nosferatu either. Because Sean,
did you even see that?
Because it was, you mean the most recent one?
The most recent one.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Don't
You're right, I didn't.
No, it's neat, but it's probably not your cup of tea.
It's same deal. It doesn't tickle the nostalgia that I'm looking for when I go to one of those films.
Right.
And again, that's why I say where I'm saying horror and sci-fi. It needs to be like right down as if they went, hey, what would Jimmy Pardo like? Let's make that.
All right. This has come up over the past few episodes. We were talking about comfort films, our last episode, and this is one that comes up a lot. Alien and Aliens. Those films seem like they would be something that you would enjoy.
Love them both.
Okay, all right. One's gothic, one's an action movie. They both work. Great characters. Most of the special effects really hold up. When it comes to special effects, are you someone who embraces everything being digital, or do you kind of you like the practical effects? Yes.
Let's go back to your Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
I would rather it be those dudes walking around in those masks, or say masks in that that makeup.
Sure.
Then as good as some of the most recent the reboot of the Apes.
Yeah.
I don't want to see CGI chimpanzees and gorillas and things.
Yeah.
I kind of like, even let's go back to Land of the Lost. Even as ridiculous as the Sleestacks
I love Land of the Lost. I love that. Yeah.
Clearly was a guy who made painted a paper bag and then walked out of a paper mache cave. But I prefer that over CGI.
It's such a different aesthetic. It's a different aesthetic, but it's true. But I just wonder is that simply our age and our generation?
It is for me. I 100% admit it is for me.
Yeah.
That said, I still enjoy. I like other movies that have that, but I'm not I remember one of the Marvel movies I walked out of, and I was like, I didn't see. I just saw a cartoon. I didn't see a movie.
You walked out of a Marvel movie
when it was over, Larry. The only movie I ever walked out of, Larry, was Vegas Vacation. That's the only movie I ever. That's not true. I walked out of The Song Remains the Same the first time I went because I was with my dad and I felt that he was uncomfortable. So
that's.
And then Vegas Vacation, just being a good son, because it was horrible. I would have walked out of the third Pirates of the Caribbean, but I had nothing else to do, so I stayed. And I would have walked out of something else recently, but I thought the person I was with was enjoying me, and it turns out they would have walked out too, but I forget what it was. So even Marvel movies, which really aren't my bag, I stayed through all of them.
Well, but those are hit or miss. I mean, some I think are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
some don't quite work, and there are some that are absolutely god awful. I mean,
hey. I do want to say 10 years ago when we were talking about this, I think you were like, Marvel movie, I don't want.
Well, that's very possible 10 years ago.
So my hat is off to you. You've gone to some Marvel movies. So, okay, sure. Well, like what Sean said, hit or miss.
We're kind of forced to. I mean,
there's a little bit inside you that goes, I wonder what it's all about.
So wait a minute. So forced to, was this taking Oliver to
no well, I mean, I did that, but Danielle did that far more than I did, to be honest with you, to those type of movies.
Right.
I say forced to because I am obsessed with going to the movies. I hate watching movies at home. I love going to the movie theater.
I'm like you.
Everything about the movie theater. So even if it's like, what's showing, it literally be like, it's a Marvel thing. Okay, I'll go. That's what it is.
Right.
So then I go, and then I either come home and I report, because I usually go to a matinee by myself. Sure. And then I'll come home and report back to Danielle. It was okay. Or no, you know what? There's a market for it, and people seem to love it. It's not for me. So that sort of thing.
Right.
You don't like watching a movie at home, but I would say that some of the best work when it comes to genre entertainment is being done on television.
Yes.
And there are so many shows, and I would think that some of the shows that made kind of an impact recently would be up your alley, like Severance. What do you think of that?
I have not watched 1 second of it. It's not for me.
It's not for you. Okay.
My wife and son are part of the world that thinks it's the greatest show that's ever been made.
It is pretty wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
And so what about it is not for you?
everything. If I have to narrow it down, I'm
Just
not
the tone.
Let me go. Let me be clear. When we talk about the fantastical and sci-fi, it's that type that is not for me. Planet of the Apes is for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not for me.
So then something like The Sandman, which is very much dark fantasy.
Well, I don't even know what that is, Sean.
Hey, I don't think so, Sean.
Okay, No,
I
I'm
would
curious.
think the X-Files, I would think would be more. No, really?
No, thank you.
What about the Mandalorian? You know, big
thank you. Larry, people tell me that I would enjoy the Mandalorian because it's more of an action thing. It is the guise of sci-fi. Right. I get it. I recognize it. But the second I see some guy come out with a tusk out of his forehead, I'm out.
Really?
What about something like Game of Thrones?
No, thank you, though, Larry. I don't like. I don't. I'm sorry, James. I'm not. I don't know why Game of Thrones. I like dragons.
Medieval. You know, swords. Okay. How about Jimmy? How about something that's Star Trek adjacent and actually much better than a lot of the more newer Star Trek shows? And that would be The Orville. Have you ever seen The Orville?
Yeah, I'm not, man. I can't. I'm the wrong guest for the show. I just, that said, I did like the first two reboots of the Chris Pine.
Really?
Okay.
That was Kirk. I liked those two. I liked the first two.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It was like flashy. You like the Flash? You know, it was flashy.
It was the Flash necessarily. I think I just I left being entertained.
Okay.
So
You like moving camera. You like moving camera and like people falling over stuff.
It's funny how you're actually telling him what he likes.
No, I think it's like
you know what you like? You like dollies. You like dollies, and
you're like a jib shot. You're a guy that loves a jib shot.
There's a lot.
You're all about cranes.
There's a lot of jib shots, a lot of cranes. There's a lot of dolly movement. His thing, no, that thing in all Star Trek, it's all moving camera. Let's move. Do the circle shot. That's what you do.
All right.
And so you
do the circle shot. What are you
There was a little more to it than that, Larry. There was a little more to it than that.
It's just filmmaking technique. Okay, Jimmy. How about a hardcore horror film like Hereditary? Have you seen that?
Did I like Hereditary? That's that one director, right, who made 3 movies that everybody's kind of on the.
He also Midsommar and Hereditary. I love Hereditary. I think that's
Hereditary is pretty.
I'm going to blame the Prevision. I don't 100% remember, but I think I did like that one, but I didn't like Midsommar. Is that a possible review?
Yes. Yeah. No, I can see that. Okay. I can see that.
I think so. Which one did you watch? Jennifer Lawrence in one of them?
Did you watch it with your wife?
No, I think I know that one. I think that was Mother, right?
Yes.
Oh, I never saw that one. Yeah.
I go back and forth with it, but so getting back to Star Trek just for a minute, because I don't think it is a mystery that your father-in-law is Walter Koenig. He played Chekhov in the original Star Trek series. Now, when you were growing up, did you watch Star Trek? Did you like Star Trek? You never? You just
No, I didn't understand. Growing up, I didn't understand the. What am I trying to say?
Science. You didn't like the science.
No, that was
pointy ears.
The
tribbles.
Intelligence of it. Was it there wasn't enough Three
hair
Stooges
pieces
action on it, or
slow pace?
No,
slow pace.
It always, it was always on in reruns on Sunday morning, so it was kind of the only thing on. It was either that or Church for Shut-ins, and so I would watch Star Trek over that. But I guess I was too young to understand the point each episode was trying to make. You know what I mean? Like, the social commentary.
A little preachy.
On.
Right.
Well then.
I didn't understand that as a kid. And so I kind of found it a little slow and a little boring. It wasn't necessarily for me.
Oh.
James agrees.
James Camp. Oh,
Thank you.
James agrees.
So James, I guess you're not the only one.
Somebody agrees with something I say on this.
No, James is your guy. James is your guy.
You guys would have fun at parties.
I didn't like Star Trek. That's the weird thing is that. But I also made my father wait in line at Toys R Us to meet Leonard Nimoy for 4 hours. I must meet the guy that plays Mr. I must meet him, Dad. Well, you don't even watch the show, Dad. I gotta meet him.
That's a celebrity thing, though, right?
It was more celebrity thing. It was more of that. It was more of that. Like, I'm going to be famous one day. I'm going to meet a famous guy now when I'm 8. You know,
Right.
that mentality.
Right.
Yes, Larry, we waited 8 hours. We waited 4 hours. To my father, probably just wanted to smash his head into a wall. Like, why are we doing this? But yeah, then you get up there and you go, hey, and he goes, hey, what's your favorite episode? I go, I don't know, that triple thing. And then he signs the photograph, and then you move on, and you've had your 4 seconds with Leonard Nimoy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
At least it was Leonard Nimoy. I waited. I was 18, and I think I waited 2 hours to meet Sulu, and I wasn't even a Trekkie.
Oh, that seems like too long. Then I
thought you met him in a bar.
Hello to him there.
His name is George Takei, but that's fine.
George Takei, thank you. It was a creation convention in Washington, D.C. Yes.
There is, by the way, a wonderful photograph from my wedding. My wife and I are Matt, you were there.
I was, yes. Yeah. Great wedding.
My wife and I are running down the aisle, almost as if we're doing a parody of like a rom-com, end of a rom-com, right? Running down the aisle. But the camera angle has a picture of George Takei is in the back. He's not in the background, but he's not in the foreground. He's kind of like he's mid shot, but just clear enough where you just see nothing but joy on his face.
Oh, really?
That's awesome. Us running down the aisle, and
that's nice.
His partner. It's just
that's cool.
It's a great photo. Yeah,
nice.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
I met him a couple times, and he was nothing but delightful.
He's nice. He was again.
He was great.
I will say that years later, he came on Conan when I worked at the Conan program.
Right.
And I went and I said, "Oh, I'm going to go say hello to George, my friend George, who was at my wedding." And I walked in, and he goes, "Can I help you?" And I go, "Hey, George, Jimmy Pardo." And and then in fairness to him, he was like, "Oh my goodness, I've forgotten. Oh, Walter will not be pleased. Oh,
Hey, in fairness, he's been to a lot of weddings.
He's met right.
Well, not a lot of his
Jimmy's
co-worker's daughter, Larry.
Well, that is true.
Yeah,
right.
Because he wouldn't have been at Shatner's. We know that.
No.
Jimmy, how about, I was curious though about, as far as conventions go, how do you feel about cosplay? I don't know if we talked about that the last time.
Great question.
Live your life. If it makes you happy, do it. Put on your little outfit.
That's how we feel too. Yeah.
Why not?
Would you ever do it, Jimmy? Have you ever
would
thought
you ever
want to do cosplay?
Would I ever want to do cosplay? Are you saying would I want to dress up like Galen? And that's right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be Cornelius. I would go as Galen
from the TV show.
Right.
And then correct everybody every time they went, "Hey, Cornelius." I go, "No, I'm Galen from the TV show."
That's awesome.
So yes,
great.
I would.
That's
do
perfect. That's perfect.
Yes,
That's awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
And make no mistake, that is what I would do. Exactly what I just described.
Jimmy, I think we can arrange that, actually.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Too soon, but I'm happy to do it.
And Jimmy, so that was we talked about this recently too. That was one of the shows that we grew up. There was only one season, Planet of the Apes, but for me it was like after the 5 movies, of course, this is Planet of the Apes every week. This is paradise.
Oh, yeah, no.
I got all the bubblegum cards.
Yeah, and it was Friday nights, and then you'd stay up late because after Planet of the Apes at 10 o'clock was Kolchak the Night Stalker,
which was also
like,
wonderful.
it was like the best night of the week. It was great.
Yeah.
So you like that? You like Kolchak?
I liked it. I've tried to revisit both of them. I got them both right within arm shot.
Nice.
I've got the DVDs of both of the complete series. Planet of the Apes is again, it just tickles the nostalgia. That's all it really does.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No,
and the Kolchak one, going back to your thing, Matt, about how some effects hold up. That was all rough. When a guy clearly it's a doll wolf coming at him, it's like
but you got
he's so good.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the glue.
Show. Yes.
Darren McGavin, he's so great in it. So, and again, that one is so. I felt so grown up watching that show as a kid.
Yes.
So when I would go to school on, that was on, like you say, Friday nights. When I go to school on Mondays, and I would say, "Hey, who watched Kolchak? Who watched?" And then the only person was the teacher. It made me feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, like I got this. I stayed up till 11 o'clock on Friday watching a scary TV show. Yeah,
but see,
right.
That's what's so special about now. Even though I have this nostalgic love for all those older shows, and I enjoyed them at the time, but even at the time, and Kolchak, I think, is a little bit of an exception because most of those episodes I did like. There were a couple that were clearly ridiculous, but as a whole, I liked it. But when you go back and you look at Planet of the Apes, And you look at like the first episode's kind of fun, and there are a handful of ones that were interesting, but then most of them were kind of like, they took like a Quincy script and they just scratched out hospital and wrote Ape City and like a Dallas script where there's a horse race that's happening in Ape City and there's cheating involved. Oh my God. What the fuck is this? This is Banachek. I saw this episode.
Yeah, no, you're right. Or it's the one where like, Vernon is stuck in the subway tunnel with Jonah Ursus. Can they get along to get out?
But that was one of the better ones.
No, I know you're right. You're right. But you're right though that as a kid I didn't care. I just wanted to see apes on TV.
I know.
I agree with you, Sean. I didn't care. I just wanted to see it.
Just being in that world was enough, and seeing the ape makeup every week.
And then the action figures that went along with that. Ron Harper, action figures with their little. With their,
the vest,
the meshy vest.
Yeah.
They're really good.
All of it was great.
Because it was a TV show, there was color forms, there were plates, there were garbage cans, there were all these licensed products. It was paradise.
Yes, yeah,
it really was paradise, and I had it all. I had that. That is what was my entire bedroom.
Really?
Do you still have any of your Planet of the Apes figures? Your Mego
from the time?
I don't. The only thing I have from that time is a Dr. Zaius mask with hair.
Oh, really?
Like a full
mask with hair?
Like a rubber one?
Like a Don Post mask?
Say it again, please.
Was it like a Don Post mask?
Yes.
Really?
And this one
got to be worth something.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
The condition's probably not great. The rubber's
kind of dry.
The rubber kind of, that happens.
Yeah.
But still, that's pretty.
I should have put it in a humidor years ago.
You should have.
there was.
Put it in like in a glass case in the living room or something like that.
You know what? I should have, because I loved the mask. And by the way, the reason I bought Dr. Zaius and not Cornelius was my allowance. I was $1 short to get Cornelius. And the guy goes, well, I can sell you Dr. Zaius. And I was like, I don't want Dr. Zaius, but I'm a kid who's there to buy it. I'm not going to wait until next week's allowance. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Sure.
Of course.
You could be dead. Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
You never know. It was the 70s.
Jimmy,
we were allowed to do anything we wanted.
That country?
Jimmy, are you holding on to that mask for sentimental reasons, or are you holding on to it because you don't think it'll sell on eBay?
Here's why I'm holding on to it. I'm not 100% sure where it's at, James. It's in the garage somewhere. But if you gave me a day, I could find it.
Well, hopefully it's not in the garage where it gets really hot.
I think I made it very clear where it's at, Larry. It's in the garage. I also have a nonstop heater going on up there. I keep my garage heated 24 hours.
I remember. I think I went to your sweat lodge that you had running for a while. Yeah.
You listen. We would do yoga. You know it gets hot out there. That little mask is probably
it gets hot in LA.
Brittle, crispy.
Yes, it's very brittle. I'm acknowledging how brittle this mask is, Larry.
But you can get it foam filled, sir. You could get it foam filled.
That is true.
Someone could fill
it.
It
costs money that you don't want to spend.
It costs more than $17.99. I guarantee.
Let me ask you a question. If I get it foam filled, because I hear that's the way to go with this.
Yes. That is
will it be worth the money? Will I get that money back when I put it on eBay the next day?
I think he might.
Actually, you might.
Right? First of all, okay, for you to go, well, I want to get it foam filled because I'm going to put it on eBay. That's not the way to go. If that's your logic, you should just take the mask and put it up on eBay now. Don't even go through getting it foam filled.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Do I need to point out it's not foam filled?
Yes.
Or just the original condition.
You're from that. It was from 19 probably for you.
What if I signed it? What if I signed the
signed by Jimmy Pardo? Signed by Jimmy Pardo.
Or
you don't think so, Larry? You don't think that helps it at all?
What are you trying to say?
If Jimmy Pardo was on the TV show back in the 70s, yes, it would. But Jimmy Pardo's just he's like
what about Jimmy Pardo hosted Race to Escape on Science Channel? The word science is right in the channel I was on. You don't think that helps?
Certificate of authenticity?
Guys, I'm going to sign it.
No.
Do it.
No. Sign it as Maurice Evans. Maybe it'll
sign it as Galen.
Do not do that.
Original Galen mask.
No.
That doesn't get it at all.
There was a mask that was sold around that time. I only had the mask that I traded from somebody else, and of course it got destroyed over the years. But to go back and find a mint one, if I had the money, I would pay for it. But it was this set that had this really pretty sturdy gorilla ape mask.
Yes.
And then it came with a gun. It came with and you could get two types of guns. One was like a Tommy gun, and then the other one was like some sort of machine gun rifle. And it was great. Every time I see them come up on eBay, they're so expensive.
Very expensive.
But there's this guy who we bought a number of figures from him. His company is Brent's Dolls. And he did Don Knotts Ghost of Mr. Chicken that I have, and a Westworld Yul Brynner with the face that comes off. Just great stuff. Very talented. So he made a figure very close to like the Ben Cooper costume figures that is a kid wearing this bright striped 70s type shirt, and he's got the mask and he's got the gun. And if I never find the actual gun complete or mint, that's fine. At least I have that because it reminds me of the time. And it comes with a little reproduction box that it came in. And so that's cool. And that's the one thing that I do love, again, about this time is that with people doing custom things and 3D printers, you could almost say, you know what, I would really like a figure of, and just anything. And someone could do it for you.
Someone's going to make it for you.
Yeah.
And make it and a good job. Make it
and
a
a
really nice
job.
version. Yeah, that's true.
Ken Daly for Sean and I, you know Ken Daly, of course, right?
Do.
Yeah. Ken Daly, lovely man, has a 3D printer, and he made Sean and I Box, the robot from Logan's Run. Do you remember the ice robot played by Roscoe Lee Brown? He should make one of those too. But but he 3D printed, and this is someone's, I guess, you can get the schematics online. He painted it, and it is a really gorgeous figure. And the odds of that figure ever coming out by, some licensed company are almost non-existent. It's like trying to sell your Journey stuff. Like, Logan's what? Nobody... Any kid now is not going to have any idea. And if they watch the movie, they think like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You like this?
Yeah, and it is really nice how Ken Daly made figures for both you and Sean.
You didn't get one, Larry?
That's because he likes us better than you, Larry. That's obviously.
He doesn't realize that there's 4 of us on this show.
I guess not.
Who has brought up Box? See, that's the thing. Hey, we are the ones who brought up Box.
James brings up Box.
I've never brought up Box, Larry. I got to confess.
So
I'm not a Box fan.
Come on, Logan's Run.
It's
Larry,
amazing.
you and I should think about figures that we would like to see, and then a few months later, Ken will gift us.
There you go. There you go.
No, he's not going to make figures for us.
Jimmy,
Ken, download those Chicago schematics.
Yeah, Ken, if you're looking, I need a lead lock name stat.
I want to see that happen.
I actually would too.
Jimmy, what about physical media for films? Like, I collect movies and TV shows on Blu-ray and DVD. I love having physical media as opposed to streaming. Do you collect films and things like that as well, like hard media?
I've got the Planet of the Apes originals, on the Blu-ray that came out, that box set that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got, the 70s detective shows. I have those.
Oh, nice.
Not all of them, but, because then
like
they end up showing up on what?
Like Mannix?
I don't know, like Mind Your Business. How about that, Matt?
No, that's a good question. Like Columbo.
You never know where you're going to step on a landmine.
I mean, come on, man. Sean asked a nice question. Everybody's prying into my business.
We go deep
Columbo,
here on this.
Columbo,
What's in the nightstand next to your bed? I want to know
you
that.
know what? Right now, I have a book that is about the relationship between Patrick McGowan and Peter Falk. That is what's on my
really.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's awesome. Now, we're a huge Columbo fan. Actually, Matt and I were on a Columbo podcast. I mean, we're just huge Columbo fans. Yeah, that's cool.
I went through my Columbo phase pre-pandemic, where I talked about Columbo on every episode of Never Not Funny to nobody's enjoyment.
Oh my God, we would love that. Yeah.
There are these two guys who do a podcast. They talk about nothing but Columbo.
They don't have any interest in bringing me on. It sounds like. Although I got to be honest with it, I still love it. And if it's on, like what was it on? It's not on Tubi. It's on the other.
I think Pluto runs it. I think.
Pluto.
Yeah.
I'll go there for you. You talked before about comfort movies.
Oh, absolutely.
Columbo is the. What's on? Oh, there's nothing. You know what? I'm just going to put Columbo on and, veg out, maybe doom scroll, but, also enjoy. I think there's maybe only one episode of Columbo that I didn't like in all of in all of it.
Which
Although
one?
The ones from the 80s are rough.
Yeah, they're a little rough.
They're hit and miss. Yeah.
Yeah, they're hit and miss. There's some good ones, but it's not the same.
There's some, but there's one. I mean, the one with Gary Kroger is pretty decent, and then the one with Ian Buchanan is pretty good.
Yeah, that one's good. That one's a guess. He's
I like that one.
Hugh Hefner type guy.
Yeah.
And Deirdre Hall. Yeah.
But what's the?
There's one.
Look, you guys know this as well. Anybody? It all depends on Robert Culp is phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Robert Culp, Jack Cassidy,
the best.
Wait, Jack Cassidy's number one, right? If we're ranking them, Jack Cassidy's number one, and then probably Culp
neck and neck.
Then McGowan.
Yep, there's three. Those three.
And then
Ross Martin. Ross Martin's great.
Ross Martin, great. But what about what's the other guy? There's the guy's name. I never remember his name. But he always played a rich a-hole in the 70s.
Robert Vaughn?
Robert Vaughn. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. He's in a couple.
I think Robert Vaughn's in the top 5.
Yeah, he's great. He's on the boat on the ship. That's a great one.
Roddy McDowall.
Yeah, fantastic.
You know what? The Dick Van Dyke episode is phenomenal.
That was a great episode. It's the best performance of Dick Van Dyke to me because he plays the bad guy.
Dick Van Dyke on Tubi. You might take that statement back, Sean. By the way, that's it. I jokingly, the new Dick Van Dyke show, the first 12 episodes are great. Then it falls off a cliff. The one that was in the 70s, but he's still phenomenal. He could do no wrong. He's just an absolute joy to watch perform. But boy, there's one more person that I love as a villain.
I thought Nimoy was fantastic.
Nimoy was great.
You know
as
what?
the surgeon.
So was Shatner.
Shatner was good. Robert Conrad was great.
Shatner did too.
Shatner did too. Yeah,
he did a later one. Yeah.
But the one from the 80s, boy, there's one.
Not the same.
Donald Pleasance is good in the original. But is who are the bad guys? Who's the one with the Gary Kroger one, Matt, where he plays they kill him. He's his uncle, Rip Torn.
That's so weird. The lottery. Yeah. It's like he wins the lottery, and Rip
Torn is good, but the episodes,
Yeah. He made them in the late 80s and even into the early 2000s because it was sporadic. But somehow those are all dated more than the 70s ones.
100%,
which is weird.
So bad to be Miami Vice, and it just completely.
And there's 90s fashions that look awful, and they try to. It's only when they kind of really try to do the formula and style of the originals that it works. There's the one with George Hamilton, a later one that's pretty good.
That's good.
It's just not the same.
Yeah, agreed.
We had Steve Sharippa on the show.
You did from The Soprano.
Yes, yeah. And we were going through a lot of old Soprano episodes, and he even did a couple episodes of Enterprise. So we talked a little bit about that, but he's a guy who, again, one of the nicest people to me when I was coming up. And he has the distinction of being in the last episode of Columbo and in the last shot of the last episode of Columbo.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's not a bad episode either. So I think Columbo Likes the Nightlife, I think it's called.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, and it's just Peter. This is like I think 2000, 2001. I mean, Peter Falk's like 80 years old, still in a raincoat, but it's actually it depended because like he sometimes took his eccentricities too far. And it's interesting. It's interesting what you said though about this book, Jimmy, because McGowan as a director would usually push Falk to do the weird kind of mannerisms too much. Even though McGowan was always fantastic as the villain, sometimes the weirdness of Falk's performance is usually in those McGowan ones. It's kind of weird.
Although the military school one, I think
that's a good one. That's fantastic. I think McGowan. Yeah, I think he got nominated or maybe won an Emmy for that one too.
And rightfully so. I mean, that one's flawless. Yeah. I was on Andy Richter's podcast several years ago, and he told me a story, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he had spoken to Peter Falk at some point, and Peter Falk had said that he got crazier in the later years because he just wanted it to end. And he thought if he went so crazy that they would just fire him and it would be over.
Really?
Right.
To me, I'm just like, nope. Well, you're okay. You can just quit, Peter. You can just go that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You've had a nice run.
Yeah.
You've had a nice run. And you did Princess Bride. You'll be for
oh my God.
Forever.
Yeah,
you did the in-laws alone. If he'd never done anything else but the in-laws,
right?
He'd be remembered forever. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
By us.
No. He was kind of a force of nature as an actor. You just can't take your eyes off of him. He's on camera.
I can't.
So, Jimmy, if you saw a Columbo action figure for say $40 and it was a really nice one, would you get it?
With no hesitation.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I've been waiting for years. Yeah.
Would it have a little button and you press it and it goes, oh, and one more thing.
I hope so. If it doesn't, I'm returning it.
I would make it so it had like a little mechanism where it would walk away and then turn around and say that. Yeah.
Well, see,
I'd
Jimmy,
pay extra for that.
But see, Jimmy, we're all nerding out together over Columbo. That's cool.
See, it's really the passion and
we got there.
Yeah.
We eventually got there. Fellas, we did it. We brought in this divided country. We brought 5 guys together.
That's true. That's true.
So let me ask you.
Larry seems to be suspiciously quiet during the Columbo talk, to be honest.
No. I like Columbo. It's it's
you don't sound
Matt
passionate.
And Sean were on the special Columbo show, so it's okay.
So that's what you were asked for the Columbo show.
No,
I think they would have loved to have you on.
No, that's fine. That's okay.
I think they asked all of us, didn't they?
I don't.
They did, I think.
They did. Yeah.
They did.
We narrowed it down to Matt and Sean because they were the biggest Columbo fans. So there you go.
And when Matt and I did the podcast over Zoom, we were both holding our Logan's Run box figures as we did it.
I know.
Just rub it in there. That's right.
And never acknowledged it. Just held them.
I will say this.
And we were holding them, and while we were holding them, we were sitting in our basements.
Sure. But
in the middle of summer.
But I have to be happy because doing this show for a number of years, the fans have been very generous, giving us various toys and things. And
this is true.
And sometimes, I make out like a bandit. Sometimes I get a few more items or something. Hey, what can I say?
Yeah, you want to have this conversation off the air? It sounds like
no. You are going to sit here and you are going to listen to this.
I don't know if I
because this is important.
Well, on the
Larry,
subject,
what did you get that we didn't get?
On the subject, Jimmy, have you ever talked about something on your show that a listener is like, "Oh, Jimmy's really into this. Let me send him this gift." Has that ever happened?
Oh, 100%. I'm into the band Marillion. I like the band Marillion.
Sure, yeah.
And there's one fan that listens to our show whose mind was blown that he met another human being that liked the band Marillion. So now I'll open up a package and it's a Marillion t-shirt or it's a Marillion.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'll get that. I usually get a lot of White Sox things because I'm a big White Sox fan, or the band Chicago, even though again, I don't need any of that. Chicago's or Planet of the Apes, things like that are
that's cool.
I went through a Kojak phase and people would send in a lot of Kojak things.
You got the action figure, I think, didn't you?
I don't have that. Oh yes, they sent in the action figure. They sent in the rec. A lot of Telly Savalas records. We had a lot.
Oh yeah.
Are you putting those up on eBay?
I would, Larry. I'm going to be honest. I no disrespect to the sent them to me. I would. I don't know where they are.
Probably out in the garage.
We probably cleaned the studio at some point, and then somebody went, "Oh, we don't need these on display anymore," and they're probably in a box in storage at the studio.
Yeah,
right.
So I would love to. I'd love to get them out just to look at him, Larry. I miss him.
You could put them. You could put record albums in in frames, and you could hang them up on your wall. You
what?
Could do that.
Wait a minute.
Hang on, Larry.
Oh.
Larry, stand by. Stand back and stand by, Larry.
Oh, it looks like Jimmy. For listeners, it looks like Jimmy is showing us what's behind him,
but I can't do it quickly.
And it looks like there's some albums.
There we go. There's
some albums.
Oh yeah, he's got framed albums all over his wall.
All autographed. They're all autographed.
Nice. Awesome. Oh. Are autographs a thing then, Jimmy? That you?
They were a thing. Again, I stood in line to get Leonard Nimoy's, and I did.
But now, do you get a? Do you seek out?
I like. Here's where I'm at now. I guess the answer is no at this point in my life. But I went through a phase where I would wait to get rock stars' autographs after concerts.
Right.
Right.
And then as a kid, I got baseball players' autographs, and I do have a couple of actors' autographs. But I do have. I don't know, probably on my walls, maybe, 50 to 75, CDs and album covers that are signed.
That's really cool.
That's a decent collection.
Really,
yeah.
Do you feel like now your age,